will finally be cooking on this channel. All kidding aside though, this is a full walkthrough of phase 3 of the Exobiology Expedition in No Man's Sky. I will of course provide you with some tips and tricks on how to complete each milestone and to fully complete phase 3 of this expedition and to be rewarded with the time-limited exotic armor for your companion. And so without any further ado, let's get straight into it. So if you followed my phase 2 guide, you should be in the system of the 4th rendezvous. If you haven't checked it out or having any issues completing it, make sure to do so. I will of course link the full walkthrough of phase 1 and phase 2 in the description down below. So once you've reached the space station, make sure to head up to the teleporter. Make sure to go in the expedition tab in the menu and to track the reach the 3rd rendezvous milestone and then interact with the teleporter. You'll want to warp back into the Xandrov 8 system for the 3rd rendezvous point. So once you're there, get back into your ship and fly out of the space station. You should have a waypoint on your HUD for the 3rd rendezvous point. Warp there. Land at the approximate location for the 3rd rendezvous and get out of your starship. You can now use the target sweep function on the analysis visor to home in on the exact location of the rendezvous. While making your way to the approximate location, make sure to open the target sweep regularly to see if you're still going into the right direction. Do be wary, as this planet has a crafted sentinel drones. Of course, when you get close enough to the actual rendezvous point, the system will finalize if you open up the analysis visor. And of course, if you get close enough to it, the rendezvous 3 milestone will be completed. And will reward you with an exosuit expansion slot, multi-tool expansion slot and a storage augmentation for your starship and 1000 nanites. What I would advise now is to track the best laid plans milestone, which requires you to gather 3 types of egg. So before you get off this hell of a planet, you will want to explore some further to find some creatures here. So you will want to keep exploring until you find some of these diplos. Once you do so, of course make sure to offer them a creature pellet. Once you've done so, interact with it and collect eggs. This will give you 3 giant eggs. You can stick around this one for about 30 seconds before you can extract some more eggs, or of course find yourself another one and feed it in order to do so. So once the timer is gone, make sure to interact with it again and collect the eggs. So you should now have 6 out of 5 giant eggs. Now if you come across these animals, also make sure to offer them some food. If you interact with them, you can collect some milk from them. This is required for the wild dairy milestone, which will require you to gather 4 pieces of milk. These animals will give you the wild milk. There should be plenty of them, so make sure to offer them some food and gather their milk. So if you have collected 5 milk, it's time to get out of this place. Make sure to summon your starship as soon as you've lost the sentinels, of course. So for the remaining 2 eggs, I would suggest to head up to a teleporter. Make sure to warp back into the Yttrim 7 system. Once you're there, fly out of the space station. And fly towards Katikal G25. Make sure to land on the planet and walk around for a bit to let all the fauna spawn in. You will want to find these creatures. Of course feed them and interact with them again to be able to collect an egg. This animal will give you the tall egg. Again, you can just follow them around and wait until the timer runs out to collect another egg, or maybe find another few. Feed them and do the same. So keep on doing this until you can, of course, extract the 5th and final egg. Once you've done so, I would suggest to retract the wild dairy, which requires you to gather the 4 types of milk. And then look around for one of these little guys. Make sure to feed them and to collect their milk. This will be the fresh milk also needed to complete this milestone. Once again, wait around for the timer to run out, or of course make sure to find some more to speed up the process. Of course, keep on doing this until you also have acquired the 5 pieces of fresh milk. So make sure to head back towards your ship. Retract the best laid plans milestone and continue to fly towards the planet Raymer. Land on the planet, get out and wait a couple of minutes for fauna to appear. So on this planet, these big animals are the ones we're after. Of course, once again, make sure to feed it and interact with him to collect its eggs. Now these should be the creature eggs we're after. And it will lay 2 at a time, so you only need to interact with him 3 times total. So after 3 interactions, you should have all the eggs. And the best laid plans milestone will be completed. Claiming this will reward you with the nutrient processor plants and 5 larval cores. Once again, track the wild dairy milestone. So for the warm proto milk and the crawl milk, you want to fly back into space, summon the anomaly and head towards the teleporter, as we want to revisit one of the previous visited systems. The system we're after is Xandrov 8, so make sure to warp there. Get back into your starship and fly out of the space station. Make sure to open up the galaxy map. When you've opened the galaxy map, make sure to enter free look. You will want to head towards this system. It's right below Xandrov 8 and it's called Usolvi. Make sure to warp there. Of course, when within the system, make sure to visit the space station to be able to always come back to this place, and of course to also upgrade your exosuits inventory, and also do this at the anomaly. You can of course also go ahead and use the exosuit expansion slots, the multi-tool expansion slots if you want, and of course the store documentation for your starship. So once you've done so, you will want to fly towards the rainy planet Rotinet. Make sure to land your starship and get out of it. After a while you should see these fish flying around. Make sure to get close to them and to feed them creature pellets. You can do this off the ground. They will fly to you and make sure to milk them. This will give you the crawl milk we're after. So make sure to repeat this 5 times. So once you have of course milked 5, the crawl milk should be crossed off your list. Get back to your starship. Fly up into space and within this system, fly towards the radioactive planet or first call Akawa. So after you've landed your ship and explored the planet for a little while, you should come across these creatures. Make sure to offer them some food and to milk them. This will give you the last remaining warm proto milk. Of course, repeat it 5 times. And of course, once you have collected the 5th and final piece of proto milk, the wild dairy milestone will be completed. And claiming this milestone will reward you with 16 refined flour, 16 processed sugar and 16 synthetic honey. Now make sure to track the sweet tooth milestone and to craft a nutrient processor. For this you'll need 2 metal plating, 1 hermetic seal and 25 sodium. Once you have these items, make sure to place down the nutrient processor. So we will want to create sweetened butter to make our cake better, so churn some milk in the nutrient processor to make cream. So if you churn this cream, you can make some butter out of it. Now you will want to pick up the butter and put it into the input together with some sugar. Now you will want to combine the sweetened butter with some eggs and some flour. This should give you batter as an output. If you put the batter into your input and combine it with some honey for instance, you should have a honeyfied cake. put these into your inventory. If you want, you can put your remaining ingredients into the storage of the nutrient processor. So at least in this way it won't pick up any of your inventory slots. If you pick up the nutrient processor, this will still be within its inventory, so you will not lose anything. And of course, baking the cake did unlock the Sweet Tooth milestone, and claiming this will reward you with the domestic base parts blueprints. So get back into your starship and take off. Fly into space and summon the anomaly. Get out of your starship and walk up to Kronos. He should be on the right side of the anomaly. Walk up to Kronos and interact with him. Make sure to select to present the cake. The discerning palette milestone will be completed, and this will also complete phase 3 of this expedition. So of course make sure to claim the discerning palette milestone to receive an assortment of cakes. And of course make sure to collect the phase 3 milestone to receive the exotic armor for your companion. And that was all for my video on phase 3 of the Exobiology Expedition. I myself am very happy that we finally got to do some cooking on the Cooking Door channel. It was quite a nice phase to play, and the reward is of course amazing. Let me show it. So this is what the exotic armor looks like on your companion, and of course you can recolor it to suit your companion or of course your favorite starship. It also matches of course the newest multi-tools that they added, so it's definitely a must-have. You still have 8 days to complete this entire expedition, and you should have no trouble doing so using my guides. Make sure to subscribe to make sure to be informed when phase 4 and phase 5 will be released, which will be very soon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.